Good afternoon. I am Peggy Candace, board member of our Carmichael, and I am so honored to be here this afternoon welcoming you to our conversation. We're here to discuss so many different items that concerns our community. For example, I'm excited about local government. The possibility of local government being introduced and implemented to New Providence. When I look at the Carmichael Community Initiative, I see that it's something that would propel us into being able to have say and to how we are governed, and also to liberate us from the influence of politicians and politics. Um, Talking about local government, I see local government as a means of empowering individuals in every community to lead themselves, to have a say in how their funds are spent. It creates opportunity for you to say, well, this is best for me. Too often, people who say they want to help us come to us and tell us what is best for us without asking us what do we feel we need. I believe when you want to serve a people, first you need to talk with them, find out how may I help you. That is what I normally say. Like a waiter, you come say, how may I help you, please? And I think if we engage the community, you will realize that the community is made up of so many different sectors, so many different cultures, that one size do not fit all. No, not in this instance. We need to find out how many different communities or ethnic groups are represented. We know there are different churches, different religion. We have Muslims, we have Rastafarian, we have straights, we have gays, we have bisexual. We're all represented, but we're all a part of a community, and we are all important to development of this community. So I think when it comes to local government, it needs to be taken to the streets, and we need to have town meetings. We need to have a community conversation, respecting each other. We need to foster that respect, that I can best represent my interests. So ask me, let me tell you, I cannot speak for Muslim community because I'm not Muslim, I'm Christian. I cannot speak for the gay community because I'm too straight sometimes. I'm very straight. So, and so I am looking forward to when the conversation take on a community town hall meeting. I think each person needs to be engaged. I'm encouraging participation. Come, let's talk. Let's build our community. We've allowed people to reign over us. It's now for us to take the power back. Let's tell them what we need to move forward, what will make our lives better, what will make us feel safer in our neighborhoods, what will make it better for us when we're transitioning from one place to another when it comes to dealing with traffic. Your voice is important. Your opinion matters. You must now become a part of reconstructing what it is to be a resident of Carmichael. And so my passion is people involvement. Nothing can be done without your involvement. Sometimes during election time, you say, get out the vote drive. Well, I'm saying, come get involved in building our Carmichael. Get involved in this great thing that is about to take place in New Providence, local government. Local government is about you. Yes, we have a representative, but that's one individual. And normally our representative have a portfolio. He or she cannot take care of the needs of like 20,000 people in a constituency. That include registered voters, that include those who didn't register, that include their family, their Grammy, their children, their grandchildren. And so you must become involved. If you don't come involved, you cannot complain. And I would tell you, don't trust strangers to build a system of government for you that has failed us. We have a history to look back at and say, oh, we set back. Every 5 years, we rise up. We take part in the electoral process, where it is for entertainment, going to the rallies. It is greater than that. So I'm encouraging you, come, let's get involved. Let's build our community. Participate in this local government conversation that is going to be taking place in a few months, and had your words as they construct the laws to govern this new law system or system of government. Let your voice be heard. Represent what is best for you. Do not trust this to any stranger. Only you can. And so I'm encouraging especially the Asian community within Carmichael, the Jamaican community, come be a part of this conversation. And I'm pleading with Bahamians, do not discriminate. These people dwell among us. They're already in our communities. Even the Bible encourages you to be careful how you treat strangers. And so let us open our hearts, let us open our homes, and let's have this conversation. Carmichael belongs to all of us. And while I'm at it, I'm inviting you to participate in our Carmichael community initiative. They're laughing because I talk a lot. I'm inviting you to become, we have this facility here right across from St. Gregory's Church, number 40. Come find out what we're about. This center is here for you. Everything that we offer, each program, each facilities, the senior lounge, they're all here for you, but it doesn't benefit you if you don't come and participate. And I cannot move away from participation. Participation is important. If you want to experience the good of the land, you got to get up. You got to participate. And so this is an official invitation. Bring your kids out. We have bikes they can ride. We have big screen TVs. It's a safe environment. We have classrooms. You know, we're going to start having programs on Saturday mornings. If you want to go and do your shopping, your laundry, bring your kids out, give them a little five, a slow five, they say. Give them a slow five. We have a talk shop. They can get their snacks, and they will always be in a cool, safe environment. And it's 1,000 degrees outside. So why not come into our cool facility, and you'll have supervised adults here, responsible. We're all responsible, and we all want what's best for our community. So once again, I say thank you so much for joining us. More to come.
Just awesome. My name is Valentino Brown. I'm community activist for the Being a Grandstand community. I'm also the president of H Creed Movement for Change. And I would like to add on to what the beautiful lady was saying about local government and community involvement. I would like to encourage many persons who are listening to understand that local government is a great initiative that can change the lives of the everyday citizen living in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. The reason why is we have the power now to dictate on what we want to develop in our community. For many years now, residents of the inner city communities and across the country have been at a disadvantage. Many of them couldn't get scholarship. Many of them don't get back to school items. Many of them are being left behind. And many development projects, I'm talking about things that's supposed to be available for the residents, like, for instance, a basic library is not possible in our community. A basic theater where you can go and enjoy yourself with your family, it's not there. A community center that is essential to training the youths in the community about social development, sex, education, and all those stuff is non-existent in the community. Local government with organizations like Carmichael and the H Street Movement for Change can implement these projects in our community to benefit the whole entire community. So local government is very, very important. It also takes away, not say the power from central government, but it takes away some of the resources that can be reverted to projects like I talked about. Why I like the concept of Carmichael? Because there are community persons who are working together to make a better country and a better community. With that in mind, there's only one purpose. Mm-hmm. And that purpose is to better the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Now with local government in there, with all those persons who are going to give their time and effort, with the right resources there, this could even push it even further as to say, we're going to monitor the kids, we're going to be able to give us scholarships, and we're going to be able to get rid of dialect cars, all abandoned buildings, and some things we need to add, we can add as we go along working together as a team. So I just like to encourage the general public to keep an open mind that together we can make the Bahamas better. Together, if we don't do it together, we will fail. And you can see we have a high crime rate in the country that is escalating every year. We have a high unemployment rate. They say 45,000 people. I'd say but 60,000 people is unemployed in the country, and there's many persons out there who cannot be employed because of their education status. So I like to say again and remind everyone that join a local group that is going to benefit your community and your country, and just use it as a beacon to say, hey, I'm a big brother, I'm a big sister, and I want to better my country and my community. And I like to say to all those listening that local government is the best thing that can happen for the country. And let's close it on that.
Well, good afternoon. I'm Jason Ferguson, aka Ming. A lot of person may know me from being around, and my contribution basically would be based on the culture. That is very near and dear to me. I think that we need to do some things to help develop our culture. And the culture is not only singing, dancing. Our culture is the food and everything that we do in the country, day-to-day lives. And we're like someone alluded to, we're in a big melting pot. Our melting pot is not only just of born Bahamians now, it's person throughout the Caribbean that are coming here and assimilating into our society, which brings, you got the Haitian Bahamians, Jamaican Bahamians. It's a whole melting pot. So we need to start embracing that, there's going to be some variations and all that stuff. But before I even get into that, how do you guys feel about the culture relates to what you've experienced and what you've grown up with in your community?
One of my favorite, and when I think about culture, my mind go to music, really. When I think about culture, my mind go to growing up in Eleuthera, Gregory Town. My mind think about the food we eat. That peas and rice, chicken. And when I think about culture, it makes me smile because I think about all things Bahamian, things, farming. The pineapples. Growing up in Gregory Town, we used to pick the ripe tomatoes off the vine and eat them. And I think about temperance sauce. I think about swidgy. We take the lime, we steal some sugar, we get water from the tap. And so those things I think are lost, or we're losing those
It's
things.
very interesting you said I'm also from Eleuthera. Every summer, before school closed, we on the boat, Current Pride, straight to Eleuthera. And same kind of thing. Every day, Grandma used to say, listen, before your day start, you got to go in the field. You used to have to gather the mangoes, the switcher, the native oranges, the plums. We used to have to gather them up in little piles, and then the truck could come and pick them up, take them, put them in boxes, send them to Nassau. We have dilly fields. We have, there's just so much
Culture.
Yeah. We used to build a fire in the yard, take up what they call the eddy.
Yeah.
Very, very.
And we used to roast them right there in the yard, roast the corn, and eat it right there, right in the yard. All, not when you get hungry, you go looking for the nearest fast food joint.
We used to come together when the fishermen came in, and the smaller fish that they didn't sell, the children of the settlement will get them. We'll go in the backyard on the rock, and we used to steal a lot because everybody had to steal something to get this fish cooked. So somebody will go and steal a little bit of lard from each kitchen. We get our salts and things, and we season and we cook our little fish right out on the rock. But what it did, even now, we're still close-knit community. Even as adults, I went home on a weekend and I saw people I haven't seen in a long time. But the fact of the matter is we had this connection from our childhood. Playing tennis ball, parking, hopscotch, shooting marbles. And these things now we introduce as the good old days when we should have maintained them.
Yes.
And that's what we're trying to get back to. That's what our Carmichael is trying to get back to, that village. And you talk about the current pride. I told a story on the weekend. I don't know if our parents discussed it, but in Gregory Town, every child went on the current pride the same day. We got on the back of trucks. We had to be there for 6 o'clock, and we came to Nassau for our summer breaks. And 2 weeks later, we all was on the current pride. Everybody had Kentucky, because Kentucky was, you don't get that in Eleuthera.
No.
So everybody came with their boxes of Kentucky, and we came back home at the same time. And we were so synchronized as a community in Gregory Town. And I think what really is missing is that, because we never had a mind, even if we had a disagreement, even if we fought, It was not about killing each other.
It
was,
didn't last. It was just little.
Get
little-
out.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's deal with this right now.
Yeah.
Have a little disturbing, but after that, you're back in the road playing again, and
because you gotta go steal.
Goes
lad.
against the culture.
And if you're mad with each other, your little couple lad can be missing. And so we were so entwined in each other's lives. We all washed dishes at the same time because at 6:30 we gotta meet in the street to play ball. And so we were trying to introduce that back, reintroduce that. Our children are missing that. We didn't have the smartphones. We didn't have the many electronic distractions.
it was technology.
Yeah.
We didn't have the technology
Yes.
for us to socialize. We didn't. It wasn't you sending a WhatsApp message or
No.
a text message.
Word 'em
If
up.
you want to talk to your friend or do something, you had to literally go outside, find a person,
Word them out.
and speak.
Word them out.
Yes.
You had to speak and interact with that person. That's missing. I remember, and I always joke with this. All of our cousins, again, well, the same thing, but the difference is we leave in Nassau to go to Eleuthero.
The
And we had two
reverse.
boxes. You had a dry box and a freezer box.
The meats. Yes.
You know? And our experience, my experience was when you go on the island, you had to go on the rock, catch your fish, go walk up to the conch bar, get your conch and whatever, go on the same rock and pick up your periwinkle, the wilks and the crab, pick them up, boil them, make your
Yeah.
salad. That was our experiences. We used to do stuff as kids, as groups. So we learned to do stuff as kids.
Yeah, and to interject on what you all were saying, I can remember as a young boy, we would have the bird season where we'd go and shoot the bird, shoot bird, the doves and stuff like that. But then we'd also have a break where we'd go fishing. And you talk about the wilk, so that was a part of that. Not only that, we would normally go on the bird trailers to go and find the migration bird that is migrating to the Bahamas. We would normally go to east or west, and we would know their names by studying it and watching Sesame Street or National Geographics. But the most important thing, how we're talking about culture, is the most important thing that we forget, health. Because we change healthy food for these pharmaceutical food now, it's a big problem to us.
Yeah, the
So this
fast
goes to
food.
culture again. Fish, which is in the ocean, is good for heart attack and good to keep the blood tilted. The pear, which you talked about, is good for diet. The coconut water is good for high blood pressure. All of these things that we once used to do, we no longer do. So that's why we have a high diabetes, high cancer rate, and all this
Every
stuff.
morning
It's-
we used to have the fever grass and pear leaf tea. We used to literally go outside, pick your pear leaf,
But
get
see-
your fever grass.
And that made it different because you had to actually go and do these things. Nobody brought them to. So if you want a mango, you had to go to the tree. So you were walking. If you want tambourine, you had to go to the tree.
Right.
You were walking. And everything we did and the playing, it kept us. And so we were healthy.
Yes.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time, even as kids here, and also
Yeah.
every season,
We would.
canap season, everybody go.
We had a
Again,
different
go
season.
find a canap. We climb the tree, get your canap.
Right.
Every mango season, we go in the tree and get your mango.
Yeah.
We did things as the season came.
Nowadays, in 2017, kids no longer do that. We used to fly kites. They don't.
Yeah, we used to have like kite flying competition all the
Tops.
time.
Hopscotch. All these things have gone disappeared in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and these are some of the things we're going to have to reintroduce again. Because, like I said,